May I pay my deepest respects to the Triple Gem and the Great Masters. May I pay my respect to Bhante, Pramaha Thera, Nuthera, and all venerable monks. Good evening, dear students in Asian countries, and good afternoon to students in England and European countries, and good morning, America. Welcome to our second day of Pali chanting with English translations on this occasion of Buddhist Lent Day. As Venerable Anurak said yesterday, morning chanting sets the tone for our entire day. Just as we nourish our bodies with breakfast, morning chants nourish our spirits with the merits, wisdom, and calmness before we face the world's challenges. And the Buddha said, just as the dawn is the forerunner of the rising sun, so is the right view the forerunner of wholesome states. Morning chanting helps us establish this right view at the beginning of each day. And today we are blessed to welcome again Phra Anurak Sotthiko, who will continue guiding us through the second part of morning chanting. With his knowledge learned directly from Luang Por Thatta Shivo and extensive experience teaching Dhamma to multiple nationalities, Venerable Anurak brings a unique insights that make these ancient texts accessible and applicable to our modern days. And with gratitude for his guidance, เอาภาพท่านขึ้นเลย May I invite all lay students and participants to offer our respect to the Venerable Anurak Sotthiko by bowing 3 times. Bow, bow, and bow. กราบอาราธนาพระอาจารย์นำบูชาพระครับ
Let's begin to pay homage to the triple gems without chanting. Arahang Samma Sambuddho Bhagava Puttang Bhagavantang Abhivademi Sawakhato Bhagavata Dhammo Dhammang Namasami Supatipanno Bhagavato Sāvaka Saṅkho Saṅghang Namami Hantamayang Buddhassa Bhagavato Buddhapākanamakarang Karomasehe Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Extend my respect to the elder monks and greeting to all. Good evening here in Asia and good afternoon in Europe and also good morning in America. Today we will continue to study about the Pali language translations on the significant chanting on Theravada Buddhism. So we begin with the morning chanting first, and then with this series of programs we will learn a lot more about the chanting, which is so important for those who would love to understand about the teaching of Lord Buddha and also want to practicing slight mindfulness before we doing the daily life activity. So let's jump to the what we left yesterday, which is the part 1.5, and now we begin to start it with the 1.6 part of our morning chanting. First of all, I would like to say is that yesterday we chant and learned about the meaning of how we giving the homage to the triple gems, and also how to praise the triple gems. Now we still doing the salutation to the triple gems, because the triple gem is so important to Buddhists. And to me myself, Buddhism is not the religions. To me, it's the way of life, the life of those who are seeking for peace, calm, and to understand about life and beyond that. So with all the teaching, especially when we're talking about the salutation or paying homage to the triple gems, it's all about give us to see the characters of those who would love ourselves to be. As Venerable Phra Mahavudhichai said earlier, yesterday we talked about setting the tones, the way that we about to begin the day with the morning Vajra chanting. And to me, when I chant in the morning, I would love to see the triple gem inside myself. So throughout the day, when I think, when I speak, when I act, I begin all that with the triple gems in my mind. So that's setting the tones of the person who have peace in mind and also compassion to others. And that's I would love you to see how my point of view toward the morning chanting to me. So let's begin the translation of the Pali language chanting on the Vajra morning chanting. The 1.6 sections, which is the salutation to the triple gems, which is the reader will guide you first with the word that you might familiar with. Hantamayang Ratanataya Paramakha Thayo Jewa Sangve Kaparikitana Patancha Panamasehe. Okay, I'm gonna give you one additional for this leading to tell you is that in these 1.6 sections, actually they dividing into two parts. The first part still we continuing salutation to the triple gems, and the second part it is the goals, the inspirationals for those who are willing to follow the path of the wise, actually the Lord Buddha, how to living the life and how to see the world as he is. So let's jump into the translation of this Pali word as I give you the brief translation for this word. Now let us recite the stanza in salutation to the triple gem together with the passage on the topic inspiring a sense of chastened dispassion. Is that why we have to practice all this together? Let's begin the salutation to the triple gems together. Putto Susutto. In this sentence, this means the Buddha, Susutto, well purified. Karuna Mahannavo, with ocean-like compassion, which is tremendously compassion from the mind of Lord Buddha. Yo Janta Suthaparayana Lo Jano, mean process of the eye of knowledge completely purified, because how Lord Buddha see the world with the completely purified mind, so he see things as they are. Lokatsa papu pakile sakhatako, destroyer of the evils and corruptions of the world. Papu pakilesa means evil and corruptions. Khatako, destroyer, of the evil, lokasa of the world, and this is the meaning. Vantami puttang ahamata renatang, I revere that Buddha with devotions. Dhammo patipo viyatassa sattuno. The second word is patipo, which is lamp. So Dhammo patipo viyatassa sattuno means the teacher's Dhamma like a lamp, or the teaching of Lord Buddha is like a lamp. Guide us the way, show us the way. The more we have wisdom from the Dhamma, the more we see things as they are more clear. Yo makapaka mata tapin go, divided into path, fruitions, and the deadlets means when we practicing Dhamma, we will achieve the state of path, fruitions, and the deadlets mean eventually we're gonna be liberated from this samsara. Lo kutalo yo jatatatha tipano, both transcendence itself and show the way to the goal, which is the nirvana. Vantami dhammang ahamata renatang, because of this, because of the Dhamma, guide us the way, show us the righteous path that the wise person that has walked 1,000 years ago and pass on the knowledge to us. So that's why we revere that Dhamma with devotions. Sangho sukheta payati kheta sanjito, which means the Sangha call feel better than the best. With this, I would love to give you a little bit additional to this. We knew that throughout the years, since the time of Lord Buddha, after he parinibbana or liberation from this samsara, he passed on the knowledge to his disciples, the monks, the Sangha community, which pass on to us now today. So with this, that when they are reciting the verses of Lord Buddha from 2,600 years ago, pass on us until we having to learn all this, and so we can use the Dhamma or teaching of Lord Buddha to practice and to make us a better self. All of that because of Sangha, especially Sangha who practices well. So they will achieve the higher knowledge, and that's why the sentence Sangho sukheta payati kheta sanyato, for those who practice well, the Sangha, the monks, we call them feels better than the best, because when lay people would love to make merits, they use Sangha or the monastic community to make merits. This is the meaning of this sentence. Yo titta santo sukhata nupo tato, who have seen peace. See the explanations continuing. Awakening after the one gone the good way means the Sangha passes on the knowledge from the ancient times to us all today. Lo lapahino, this means frustrations. Ariyo sumetaso, from all the sentences mean who have abandoned carelessness, the noble one, the wise. Ariyo mean the noble one, and sumetaso mean the wise. So lo lapahino ariyo sumetaso, in the word that to easier understanding, which means they knew exactly where to go, what and how to practice. This is, in this case, Dhamma. One time Sankhang Ahama Tharenatang. With all that, I revere that Sangha with devotion because they pass on the knowledge to us all. Now, we begin the second part of the 1.6 sections, which is the inspirational. That we give us in detail to understand more about how we need to practice, what is the cause, what is the problem, which are including in these sections. Let's begin. Itjewa me kanta pipu shanayakang. By the power of the merits I have made. What tutayang vantayata pisangkatang. In giving reverence to the triple gem. Actually, this is a long sentence. I would love to translations with all of this. Punyang mayayang mamasa pupatawa. Worthy of only the highest homage. Mahontu vetasa papawa sithiya. May all my obstructions cease to be. Ita tathakato loke upanno arahang samma sambuddho. Here one attained the truth. Worthy and rightly self-awakened has appeared in this world. This is the meaning. Because with Lord Buddha he awakened, he enlightened by himself with no master. He seeing the truth as they are and he passed on the knowledge to us all. And then Dhammo jate sito, the Dhamma is explained by Lord Buddha. This is the meaning of the first word. Niyaniko, Upasaniko, Pariniphaniko, leading out of samsara, coming, tending toward total Nibbana or Parinibbana in Pali word above. This is all the explanation for this. So we knew the Dhamma which explained by Lord Buddha himself can lead us to be, out of samsara, calming, which is at ease, and to tending toward total Nibbana or Parinibbaniko. Because if you practice following the paths of Lord Buddha, practicing the what Dhamma that has been explained by all the Sangha who really knew what they passes on, the wisdom they gave it us lead us to Nirvana. Because the more we practicing Dhamma, the more we purify the mind. And when the mind get completely purified, we've been liberating toward Nirvana. Sampodhakami sukhata pavetito. Go to self-awakening, declared by one who has gone the good way. Mayantang dhammang sutawa ewang shanama. Mayantang dhammang sutawa mean having heard the Dhamma. Ewang shanama, we know this. What the Dhamma we have learned, all this begin with Shati pi tukha. The birth is suffering. Shara pi tukha. Aging is also suffering. When we getting old, it suffer. Maranam pi tukhang. Even that, it is the most suffering of all. Soka paritewa tukha thomanas supayasa pi tukha. Soka means sorrow. Paritewa, lamentations. Tukha, pain. Thomanat, distressed. Upayasa, despair. Are stressful or suffer. All this is the bad emotions. Apiyehi sampayoko tukho. Association with things disliked is suffering. Or, means giving something we don't like that suffer. Piye hivipayo hotuko, or separation from things we like, is also suffering. Yam pichang nalapati tam pitukang, or not getting what one wishes is suffering. We all have wishes, right? When we're not giving all that, we got suffer, and that is the meaning of this sentence. Sankhitena panchupatana khanta tukha. In short, the 5 aggregates for clinging are straightforward. I would love to add the additional to this sentence before we going furthermore. The body, our body, which is containing our body and mind. Together, we call this 5 aggregates. Okay? The body, and the mind. We call all these 5 aggregates, which all of us are hold on to this in order to living. When these two separating, we die. Okay, let's continue. Sayatithang rupupatana khanto, namely, now explain more the 5 aggregates. What are they? The first is form, which is our body. Form as an aggregate for clinging. We hold on to this body, the physical self. Vedanupatana khanto, feelings, or when the mind have 4 layers. The first layer is Vedana layer of feelings or receiving information from the eyes, the ears, the tongues, the skins, and all information which is our feelings as an aggregate for clinging. With all these, we hold on to all these and cling to all these things. Sanyupatana khanto, perceptions. When we receive all information, we perceive, we understand, we knew what it is as an aggregate for clinging. And the most important part and most trouble part is this Sankharupatana khanto, or mental processes as an aggregate for clinging. I have to explain this sentence a little bit more. Sankhara, which is mental processes or thinking. We think. When we think, we add many things to the mind. Sometimes with all the thoughts we having, we delude ourselves because the mind of normal people are dirty with the defilement inside. Sometimes the defilement or kilesa, they block ourselves, our perceptions. So we don't see things as they are. So we think, we adding many things to our thinking. So that's why the problem happen in this world. Most of the time it's happen because the mind just thinking by itself. Because of this, Sankharupatana khanto, with all this is the main cause of the problem. And with wisdom from Buddhist teaching, we want ourselves, every single person, every being, to understand about this, to see the things how they really are, even our thinking. Okay, let's continue furthermore. Vinyanupatana khanto, consciousness or the cognitions we have after we collect all information we being processed from the 4th layer before, until we having the acknowledgement or consciousness or cognitive. This is all 5 of aggregations. The first is form. The second is feeling. The third is perception. The fourth is mental processes or our thinking. And then the fourth, Vinyanupathana Kanto, which is contained into 5 aggregates of body and the mind. Ye sang parinyaya taramano so bhagava, so that they might fully understand it. We need to understand this. All this is the inspirational part. So we knew, because of all this, we have to practice Dhamma. While the blessed ones, while he is still alive, he would love his disciple, his follower, to understand all this. Evang pahulang savake vineti, often instruct his disciple in this way. He telling continuously and repeatedly, so his disciple, his follower, understand all these 5 aggregations. Evang pakha japanasa pakhawato savake su anusasane pahura pawatati. He repeated all the teaching many times. Did he emphasize this part of his domination, which is repeating over and over, so his disciple and follower will knew all this? To know what? You might wondering. To know the characteristic of all existence, and he guides us to focus on the 5 aggregates first, because these 5 aggregates is ourself. We need to understand it. So whenever we completely understand our, condition of our existing here, we will see everything same character. Actually, there are 3 characters of it. In Pali word we call Trilaksana, or 3 characteristics. So let's jump in. All 5 aggregates, which is have all 3 characteristics, which is first, the first characteristic of all 5 begin from Rupang Anicca, form is impermanent. The first characteristic of all existence is impermanent. The Pali word using the word anicca. Vedana anicca, feeling is impermanent, come and goes, right? Sanya anicca, perception is impermanent. Sankhara anicca, mental processes or thinking are impermanent. Vinyanang anicca, consciousness is impermanent. And that is the first character of all 5 aggregates, which is they all are impermanent or anicca. This is the character from the Trilaksana, or 3 characteristics of all existing. Okay, let's continue. Rupang anatta, form is not self. Vedana anatta, feeling it's not self. Sanya anatta, perception is not self. By the word not self, which means we cannot do anything about it. We cannot control it. It's not our self. We cannot do anything about all this. So, not self, the word is anatta. This is the Pali word. Let's continue. Sankhara anatta, our mental processes are not self. We cannot even controlling the thinking, right? Sometimes we're thinking in the way that cause us suffering. Sometimes. Vinyanang anatta, consciousness is not self or cognitive, or the acknowledgement is not self. We cannot do anything about it. It always change. Sapphe sankhara anicca, all processes are impermanent. And that's how Lord Buddha himself would love to emphasize. Sapphe sankhara anicca, all the thought, all the mental processes are impermanent. Don't cling to that. Because all this cause us suffering or dukkha. Sapphe dhamma anattati, all phenomena that happens to the world are not so. We cannot do anything about it. What is about to happen or what will happen, it happens. That's all. And then they, for those who are male, we're using word they, which is the grammar from Pali. And for women, we're using ta on this chanting part. For male is te mayang, for women ta mayang. All that male and female Odina mahachatiya, beset by birth, Shara maranena, aging and death. All of this controlling us. So he by sorrows, paritevehi lamentations, tukhehi suffering, Somanasehi distresses, Upayasehi and despair. Tukkotina, bow by suffering. All that are sufferings. Tukha pareta, abstracted by sufferings. Appevana mimasa kevalatsa tukha kantasa. That the end of this entire mass of suffering and stress might be known. Antakiriya panya yethati. We need to understand the process of all this so we can see things as they are. Even we see our thinking as they are. That's what Lord Buddha would love us all to understand. If we know all that, we can end entire all the suffering that we all having. Okay, let's continue. Jira paririputam pitang bhagavantang saranang khata. Through the total reparation of the blessed one, the worthy one, the rightly self-awakened one, when was long ago, we have gone for refuge in him, and thanks with gratitude to all this is to placed to Lord Buddha, who passed on this significant knowledge to us on now today. Dhamman ca sangkhan ca. And those who pass on the knowledge, of course, we need to bring up the Sangha or the monastic community, the monks community, who pass on the knowledge to us all here. Tassa bhagavato sasanang yatha sati yatha palang. Excuse me. Tassa bhagavato sasanang, we attend the instructions of the blessed one. Yatha sati, yatha palang manasikaro, which means with all strength and all mindfulness, we having considering and anupatipachama, we practice accordingly for all this knowledge. This is the meanings of this sentence. Sasano patipati. May this practice of our imasa kevalasa tukha kantasa anta kiriyaya sangvatatu. May all the practice we practicing from all the teaching of Lord Buddha, we can end the entire mass of suffering and stress. And this is all the 1.6 sections for the morning Vajra chanting. So let's jump to the last part of the morning Vajra chanting. After we pay homage, salutations for all Tibetans, and we gain merit because not just reciting the words. With this program, we would love all the participants here to feel, to see whenever you're chanting the morning chanting, Vajra chanting, you will feel much touching and feel more profound understanding with all the teaching of Lord Buddha. It is show us everything is impermanent, all are suffer, and we cannot do anything about it. So in order to practice, to be free or liberating for all that, we need wisdom. We need to see everything as they are, especially our thinking. That's why when we're practicing morning chanting or any chanting, the mind getting calm. The mind getting feel the peace inside, and then after we chanting, when we meditate, so we can concentrating, focusing at one point, and with that we will be free from all kilesa that try to control us, at least for a moment, throughout the meditation session or chanting sessions. So with all merit from this, we cultivating merit by try to understand, try to calm our mind, try to be free from all suffering. Then we gain merit already. So the 1.7 section here, the last part of the morning Vajra chanting, is we are dedications of the merits to all beings. So let's jump into the translation of Pali word now together. And when before we begin these sections, the leaders always tell us that is we beginning another sections. The leader will say it or chant, Han Tamayang Patithana Khatha Yo Panamase. The meaning is, let us now make the dedications of merits. To whom? Let's continue. And then all together, Ya Tevata, the Devas, Santi Viharavasini, which dwell in the temple or the place that we are chant. Tu Pekare in the pagoda, Potikare in the Bodhi tree, Tahing Tahing, Ta Dhammatanena Pavantu Pushita, those Deva who have worshipped with sacrificial objects. So Tinkaron Teta Vihara Mandare, Mandale or the circle, Vihara Mandare, the circle of the temple. So Tinkaron Teta, may they grant happiness in this Vihara Mandare. Actually, Vihara is the place that where the tributaries are. So whenever we practice morning chanting, this is our mandala or mandale. Our Vihara Mandale is where we are chanting right now. Okay, let's continue. Thera, monks who are elders. Ja Machima means middle. Navaka and news monks. Ja Bhikkhu monks. Saramika Thanapati Upasaka, laymen and laywomen of good breedings, or those who are respect to the triple gems. Kamaja, all householders. Tesa, Tesa means countrymen who came from another regions or another place. Nikama, villagers. Isala and chieftains, the leaders. Sappana Puta Sukhita Pavantu Te, may all there and all creatures attain happiness. And that is the meaning of these verses on the dedication of merits that we have performed. Chalayepi ja anda sampava samseta chata attavo papatika. This is the all kind of bird, which is born from water, from eggs, from moisture, and from the worm. All this Shalapusha, the first kind, anda sampava from eggs, samseta chata, which means from the moistures, and that's the Attavo Papadika, which is appear instantly. Niya Nikang Dhammavarang Patijate, may they have the precious Dhamma which leads to the good way. And also when we are reciting the chants, which is the verses of worshipping the triple gems, that gain merits, that also can raise all these beings that we have mentioned. Sapphe pitukkha karontu sankhayang, may it bring an end to suffering. Thatu jirang satang dhammo dhammatara japukala, may the Dhamma of good people long abide, and may people who observe the Dhamma live long. Sankho hotu samakho wa attaya jahitaya ja, may the Sangha be ever harmony, ready to bring benefits and assistance to this this part. Tell the importance of Sangha, or the monastic community, who passes on the knowledge to us all today. Amhe rakatu sa dhammo sapphe pi dhammacarino, may the true Dhamma protect us all and care for all who uphold the Dhamma. Vuddhing sampa punayama, may we all progress in the Dhamma which the Noble One has made manifest. Dhamme ariyapavetite, and that is the all of morning Vatra chanting translations. And that's all of this. I would love to give you a little bit conclusions. So with 2 days that we learn about the reasons why we have to practice all this, why we need to listen to the translations, so we can understand more deeper in all these, also the origins from the ancient times that pass on from our ancestor to now today. And once again, to me, Buddhism is the lifestyle. So those who practice can gain more wisdom to see clearer about everything that happens. And with this practicing of mantra chanting, we will learn how to practice mindfulness. We can slow the fast pace of this world down, and we can slower our thought. We can having the control over our bad emotion. We can regulate our emotions when it happens. So this is the meaning of wisdom in Buddhism, which is means from the conclusions of the Pali word I have studied long before. Wisdom from Buddhism is all about to understand the conditions of our thinking, our mental processes, and also our kilesa or defilements in our mind. Because we all have kilesa, we all have defilements, and that defilements try to take control of ourselves. And how to be free from that? We have to taking a slow step. We have to have consciousness. We have to have mindfulness. We have to have concentration throughout the day. So when we begin the day, we're setting the tone that the noble ones on the ancient times has walked. We follow his step. We follow their steps, so we can walking on this earth safely, freely, and can liberate us from all those defilements. When we're hurting some persons, talking bad, or yelling at us, or scold at us, we understand. We see through the act. We can see what they think, because we will experience all that before. We experience all that. So that's why we understand. We need to pay attention to ourselves. All the words, all the verses, all the teaching from the scripture that pass on throughout the generations to us here, we learn about wisdom to understand. And the most important teaching is the middle way. Not just in the Eightfold Path or the Attamaka, but for our daily life also. We need to balancing our physical self, our posture, our position. We need to balance all that. And also our think. We need to balance that too by practicing mindfulness and meditations. So when we're practicing mindfulness, which means we be careful of everything we're doing throughout the day. And that can help us to calm the mind. The mind of us going to be, our emotion is going to be like this. It's going to be in the state line most of the times. But if we do not know how to learn to practicing mindfulness, our emotion is like this. It's up and down. And that causes suffering to us all. When we're learning about the 5 aggregates, we learn about the emotions. We learn about the thinking. We learn about our physical conditions. All that, we have to balance all that. So at first, we need to practice meditations so we can feel the neutral state of our mind, the calm state. When we are having a peace of our times, when we're practicing meditation, or even we chanting, reciting all these precious words from the Dhamma that Lord Buddha passes on to us all here, we learn about controlling our breath. The rhythmic of our breath will help us to slow our emotions. And that's how we learn to control the mind by not controlling it. Just acknowledge that is how the minds work. The breathing, the rhythmic of our breathing can tell us the emotions. When we faced the situation that caused us to have a fast breathing rhythm like this, when we got angry to someone, we breathe like this, right? And that's how we knew we're angry. And when we're exciting, same thing happens. The rhythmic of our breathing is getting faster. And that's how we knew. If we pay attention, we practice mindfulness, we knew this. So when we begin the day by practicing mindfulness throughout Vatra chanting will help us to set the tone on the peaceful way, on the mindful way, and that's how we're having a happiness throughout the day. Thank you so much for having me here and letting me explaining all these words to you all. And bless you all. Hope you all having a happy life, and may all success in what we reaching for. But now it's time to practicing chanting on Vatra morning chanting together. Let's do it together. Thank you so much for having me here.
โยโสภควาอะระหังสัมมาสัมพุทโธโยโสภควาอะระหังสัมมาสัมพุทโธ
To the Blessed One, the Buddha who fully attained perfect awakening.
สวากขาโตเยนะภควตาธัมโม
To the teaching which he expounded so well.
สุปฏิปันโนยัสสะภควโตสาวกสังโฆ
And to the Blessed One's disciples who have practiced well.
ธัมมยังภวันตังสัทธัมมังสังฆัง
To these, the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha.
อิเมหิสการเรหิยะทาระหังอาโรปิเตหิอภิปูชยามะ
We respect with offerings our rightful homage.
สาธุโนพันเตภควาสุจิราปรินิพพุโตปิ
It is well for us that the Blessed One, having attained liberation,
ปัจฉิมาชนะตานุกัมปมานัสสา
still had compassion for future generations.
อิเมสการเรทุขตาปันนาการภูเตปฏิคันหาตุ
May these simple offerings be accepted.
อัมหากังทีคารตังหิตายาสุขายา
For our long-lasting benefit and for the happiness it gives us.
อะระหังสัมมาสัมพุทโธภควา
The Blessed One is worthy and rightly self-awakened.
พุทธังภวันตังอภิวาเทมิ
I bow down before the awakened Blessed One. Bow down.
สวากขาโตภควตาธัมโม
The Dhamma is well expounded by the Best One.
ธัมมังนามัสสามิ
I pay homage to the Dhamma. Bow down.
สุปฏิปันโนภควโตสาวกสังโฆ
The Sangha of the Blessed One's disciple has practiced well.
สังฆังนามามิ
I pay respect to the Sangha. Bow down.
อนัมยังพุทธัสสะภควโตปุพพาคณมการังกโรมะเส
Now let us chant the preliminary passage in one homage to the awakened one, the Blessed One.
นะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะนะโมตัสสะภะคะวะโตอะระหะโตสัมมาสัมพุทธัสสะ
Homage to the Blessed One, the worthy one, the rightly self-awakened one.
อนัมยังพุทธาภิทุติงกโรมะเส
Now let us give high praise to the awakened one.
โยโสตถาคโต
He who has attained the truth.
อ อะระหังสัมมาสัมพุทโธ
the worthy one, rightly self-awakened one,
วิชาจารณสัมปันโน
consummate in knowledge and conduct,
สุขโตโลกวิทู
one who has gone the good way, knower of the cosmos,
อนุตตโรปุริสธรรมสารติ
unexcelled trainer of those who can be taught,
สัทธาเทวมนุษสานัง
teacher of human and divine beings,
พุทโธภควา
awakened bliss,
โยอิมังโลกังสเทวกังสมาระกังสพรหมกัง
who made known having realized through direct knowledge the world with its devas, maras, and brahmas.
สัสมณพราหมณิงปัจจังสเทวมนุสังสยังอภิญญาสัชิกตวาปเวเทสิ
Its generations with their contemplatives and priests, their rulers and common people.
โยธัมมังเทเสสิอาทิกัลยานังมาเชกัลยานังปริโยสานกัลยานัง
Who explain the Dhamma, find in the beginning, find in the middle, find in the end.
สัทธังสัพพยัญชนะเกวลปริปุณังปริสุทธังพระมจริยังปกาเสสิ
Who expounded the holy life both in its particulars and in its essence, entirely complete, perfectly pure.
ตามหังภะวันตังอภิปูชยามิ
I worship most highly that blessed one.
ตามหังภะวันตังศิรสานามามิ
To that blessed one, I bow my head down, bow down.
อนัมยังธัมมาภิทุติงกะโรมะเส
Now let us give high praise to the Dhamma.
โยโสสวาคาโตภะคะวะตาธัมโม
The Dhamma will expounded by the blessed one,
สันทิติโก
to be seen here and now,
อากาลิโกเอหิปัสสิโก
timeless, encouraging investigation,
โอปัญญิโก
leading inward,
ปัจจตังเวทิตาโพวินโยหิ
to be seen by the wise for themselves.
อามหังธัมมังอภิปูชยามิ
I worship most highly that Dhamma.
อามหังธัมมังศิรสานามามิ
To that Dhamma, I bow my head down, bow down.
อนัมยังสังฆาภิทุติงกะโรมะเส
Now let us give high praise to the Sangha.
โยโสสุปฏิปันโนภะคะวะโตสาวกสังโฆ
The Sangha of the blessed one's disciples who have practiced well.
อุชุปฏิปันโนภะคะวะโตสาวกสังโฆ
Who have practiced directly.
ยายาปฏิปันโนภะคะวะโตสาวกสังโฆ
Who have practiced insightfully.
สามีจิปฏิปันโนภะคะวะโตสาวกสังโฆ
Who have practiced properly.
ยาติทังจตาริปุริสายุคานิอัตถปุริสปุคลา
Namely, the four pairs, the 8 types of noble ones.
เอสาภะคะวะโตสาวกสังโฆ
That is the Sangha of the blessed one's disciples.
อาหุนายโย
Worthy of gifts,
ปาหุนายโย
worthy of hospitality,
ทักขินายโย
worthy of offerings,
อัญชลีการณิโย
worthy of respect,
อนุตตรังบุญญาเขตังโลกัสสา
the incomparable field of merit for the world.
ตามหังสังฆังอภิปูชยามิ
I worship most highly that Sangha.
ตามหังสังฆังศิรสานามามิ
To that Sangha, I bow my head down, bow down.
อันนมยังรัตนัตยปนามคาทายโยเจวะสังเวคปริกิตนาปาทัญจะพนามะเส
Now let us recite the stanzas in salutation to the Triple Gem together with the passage on the topics inspiring a sense of chastened dispassion.
พุทโธสุสุโธการุณามหันโว
The Buddha will purify with ocean-like compassion.
โยจันตสุทาภรยานโลจโน
Process of the eye of knowledge completely purified.
โลกัสสปาภูปกิเลสคาตโก
Destroyers of the evils and corruptions of the world.
วันทามิพุทธังอหมาทะเรนตัง
I revere that Buddha with devotion.
ธัมโมปฏิโปวิยตัสสะสัทธุโน
The teacher's Dharma like a lamp.
โยมะคปากามตะเพทะพินนโก
Divided into paths, fruition, and the deathless.
โลกุตโรโยจัตถาทัตถิปันโน
Both transcendent itself and showing the way to that goal.
วันทามิธัมมังอหมาทะเรนตัง
I revere that Dharma with devotion.
สังโฆสุเขตาพยติเขตสัญญิโต
The Sangha call a few better than the best.
โยทิฏฐสันโตสุขตานุโพทโก
Who have seen peace, awakening after the one gone the good way.
โลลาปะหิโนอริโยสุเมกโส
Who have abandoned carelessness, the noble one, the wise.
วันทามิสังฆังอหมาทะเรนตัง
I revere that Sangha with devotion.
อิเจวะเมกันตปิปูชนัยยกัง
By the power of the merit I have made.
วัตถุตยังวันทยตาปิสังขตัง
In giving reverence to the Triple Gem.
ปุญญังมยายังมะมาสาภุปัทวา
Worthy of only the highest homage.
มาโหตุเวตัสสะปะภาวะสิทธิยา
May all my obstructions cease to be.
อิทัตถาคโตโลเกอุปันโนอะระหังสัมมาสัมพุทโธ
Here, one attained to the truth, worthy and rightly self-awakened, has appeared in the world.
ธัมโมจะเทสิโตนิยานิโกอุปสัมมิโกปรินิพพานิโก
And Dhamma is explained, leading hour of samsara climbing, tending toward total nibbana.
สัมโพธคามิสุขตาปเวทิโต
Going to self-awakening, declared by one, has gone the good way.
มายันตังธัมมังสุตวาเอวังชานามะ
Having heard the Dhamma, we know this.
ชาติปิทุกขา
Birth is suffering.
ชราปิทุกขา
Aging is suffering.
มรณะปิทุกขัง
Death is suffering.
โสกปริเทวทุกขโทมนัสสุปายาสาปิทุกขา
Sorrow, lamentation, pain, distress, and despair are stressful.
ปัปปิเยหิสัมปโยโคทุกโข
Association with things disliked is suffering.
ปิเยหิวิปโยโคทุกโข
Separation from things liked is suffering.
ยามปิชังนลปฏิตัมปิทุกขัง
Not getting what one wishes is suffering.
สังขิเตนะปัญจุปาทานขันธาทุกขา
In short, the five aggregates for clinging are stressful.
ไสยาทิทังรูปูปาทานขันโธ
Namely, form as an aggregate for clinging,
เวทนูปาทานขันโธ
feeling as an aggregate for clinging,
สัญญูปาทานขันโธ
perception as an aggregate for clinging,
สังขารูปาทานขันโธ
mental processes as an aggregate for clinging,
วิญญาณูปาทานขันโธ
consciousness as an aggregate for clinging,
เยสัมปริญญายะการมาโนโสภควา
so that they might fully understand this, the blessed one while still alive.
เอวังพหุลังสาวเกวิเนติ
Often instructed his disciples in this way.
เอวังภาคาจะปนัสสะภะคะวะโตสาวเกสุอนุสาสนีภาหุลาภวัตติ
Many times did he emphasize this part of his admonition.
รูปังอนิจจัง
Form is impermanent.
เวทนาอนิจจา
Feeling is impermanent.
สัญญาอนิจจา
Perception is impermanent.
สังขาราอนิจจา
Mental processes are impermanent.
วิญญาณังอนิจจัง
Consciousness is impermanent.
รูปังอนัตตา
Form is not self.
เวทนาอนัตตา
Feeling is not self.
สัญญาอนัตตา
Perception is not self.
สังขาราอนัตตา
Mental processes are not self.
วิญญาณังอนัตตา
Consciousness is not self.
สัพเพสังขาราอนิจจา
All processes are impermanent.
สัพเพธัมมาอนัตตาติ
All phenomena are not self.
เตมะยัง
All of us,
โอตินามหาชาติยะ
beset by birth,
ชรามรณเนนะ
aging and death,
โสเก
by sorrows,
ปริเทเวหิ
lamentations,
ทุเทหิ
sufferings,
โทมนัสเสหิ
distresses,
อุปายาเสหิ
and despairs,
ทุกโคตินา
bounded by sufferings,
ทุกขปะเรตา
obstructs by sufferings.
อาเปวนามิมาสะเกวราสะทุกขคันทัสสะอันตกิริยาปัญญาเยคาติ
Think, oh, that the end of this entire mass of suffering and stress might be known.
จิราปรินิพุตังปิตังภวันตังสารนังคตา
Though the total liberation of the blessed one, the worthy one, the rightly self-awakened one, was long ago, we have gone for refuge in him,
ธรรมันจะสังคัญจะ
in the Dharma, and in the Bhikkhu Sangha.
ตัสสะภะคะวะโตสาสนังยะธาสติยะธาพลังมานาสิกาโรมะอนุปฏิปัชฌามะ
We attend to the instruction of the Blessed One, as far as our mindfulness and strength will allow, and we practice accordingly.
สาสาโนปฏิปติอิมัสสะเกวราสะทุกขคันทัสสะอันตกิริยายะสังวัตตุ
May this practice of ours bring about the end of this entire mass of suffering and stress.
ปัณมยังปฏิทานคาทายโยพันนามะเส
Now let us make the dedication of merit.
ยะเทวตาสันติวิหารวาสินี
The devas which dwell in the temple.
ทุเปคะเรโพธิคะเรตะหิงตะหิง
In the pagoda in the Bodhi tree.
ตาธรรมทานเนนะภวันตุปูชิตา
Those devas we have worshipped with sacrificial objects.
โสทิงกโรนเตทวิหารมันดาเร
May they grant happiness in the circle of this temple.
เทราจมัจฉานวกาจะภิกขโว
Monks who are elders, middle and new monks.
สารามิกาทานปฏิอุปาสกา
Laymen and laywomen of good breeding.
คามาจะเทสานิคามาจะอิสรา
All householders, countrymen, villagers and chieftains.
สัพพานาภูตาสุจิตาภวันตุเต
May they and all creatures attain happiness.
ชาลาปุชายเยปิจาอันดาสัมภวาสังเสทชาตาอัทโวปปาติกา
May all creatures whether born from water and egg, moisture or from the worm.
นิยานิกังคัมมวรังปฏิจจเต
May they have the precious Dhamma which leads to the good way.
สัพเพปิทุกขสักการโรนตุสังขยัง
May it brings an end to suffering.
ทาตุจิรังสตังธัมโมธัมมทราจักุคลา
May the Dhamma of good people long abide and may people who observe the Dhamma live long.
สังโฆโหตุสัมมาโฆวะอัฏฐายะจาหิตายะจา
May the Sangha be ever harmony ready to bring benefits and assistance.
อัมเหระคตุสัทธัมโมสัพเพปิธัมมจาริโน
May the true Dhamma protect us all and care for all who uphold the Dhamma.
พุทธิงสัมปาปุณายยามะธัมเมอริยปเวทิเต
May we all progress in the Dhamma which the Noble One has made manifest.
From now on, let's meditate together. We begin with closing our eyes slightly gently as we are about to go to sleep. Then relaxing the whole body, our physical body. We have learned about the 5 aggregates. And now we put it into practicing. To be free from kilesa or defilements, we need to have a one still mind. But before the mind getting still, you need to relaxing the body. This is how we giving the home to the mind. But first, we need to make this home comfortable and cozy enough so the mind can come back. Meditation is all about bringing the mind back to its homes, the body. Relax our body. Observing the movement of the body. It is moving along with the rhythmic of our breathing. Breathe normally. Relax. And breathing. Breathe until you feel so comfort. In Thai word, we're using the word sabai. Sabai means relaxing both body and mind. And with this sabai, our 5 aggregates will getting slowly becoming one. But all we have to do is nothing. Just sitting still. Feels the body. Feels your breathing. Until you found your center, the ends of your breathing inside your belly. When you feel your center, place our mind there. You can simply only place the mind there, or helping the mind to stay longer by visualizing an object. Let the object appear at the center. The object can be a clear crystal ball or clear Buddha image. Place the object at our center. Use your feelings. That means using your mind, not the eyes. Feel your center, visualizing or imagine the object. Let the object appear at your center. And sitting still. That is all we have to do. สัพเพพุทธาภลปัตตาปัจเจกานันจยันพลังอรหันตานันจเตเชนะรักขังพันธามิสัพพโสสัพพพุทธานุภาเวนะสัพพธัมมานุภาเวนะสัพพสังฆานุภาเวนะสัทธาโสธีภวันตุเต May the immeasurable power of the Triple Gem bless you all. Thank you so much for joining us here on the DOU rainy seasons, water chanting, and all the program is how we learning about Dhamma, learning about the truth of life, so we can having a clear mind, a wisdom, so we can live the life happily from this moment until we are attaining Nirvana. Thank you so much for having me here, and extend respect to the elder monks, and greetings to all the monks who are attending this session, and thank you to all the lay people who joining this session also as well. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Good night.
And may I invite all the lay students and participants to offer our respect to the teaching monk. Bow, bow, and bow. I offer my deepest appreciation to Phra Anurak Sotthiko for illuminating these precious verses from our morning chanting practice. And today we have learned that when we recite these ancient verses on the noble characters of the Triple Gem, we are inviting and embracing those qualities to ourselves. And when we recite the verses about the truth of the nature, anicca, dukkha, anatta, or impermanence, suffering, and non-self, we are not merely repeating philosophical concepts. We are establishing the right view that remind ourselves of the true nature of existence, and planting the seeds of wisdom that helps us navigate and transform life's challenges with greater mindfulness, calmness, and wisdom. Just as Luangพ่อ Thammachayo told us to contemplate first thing in the morning, we are fortunate to have survived another day. May all beings be happy. As for myself, death is certain. This is a simple yet profound application aligned with the essence of the Buddha's awakening. So I'd like to encourage you, dear students, to incorporate these contemplations into your daily morning practice, and even if only for a few minutes. And as a gentle reminder, tomorrow evening at 6:30 p.m. Thailand time, you can join evening chanting and meditation together. Then around 7 p.m. our program continues with a new topic, the Mangala Sutta, one of the most beautiful and practical sutta, outlines 38 highest blessings, which offer profound guidance on the actions and the attitudes that brings true happiness and prosperity. So please join us. May the merits of this learning and practicing bring peace to all beings. May you be blessed with well-being, wealth, wisdom, happiness, and the light of Pratamakkaya shining within you. Nibbana Paccaya Hotu. Thank you for joining our program. See you tomorrow, and good night.